No, this is proper. So, tell me about uh, the students that you helped. You told me about students that you helped go study abroad. Tell me about those. Tell me about the numbers. Is everybody who comes to you basically successful in actually going to study abroad, or are there any failures? And if there are
So,
failures, what should they do to actually kind of, improve that situation to kind of study abroad?
okay, so firstly, there's layers to this, right?
Hmm.
If I answer the question, the first question is everyone who comes to us
Hmm.
successful?
Hmm.
Firstly, no.
Okay.
And the reason for this, I will get to just now.
Okay.
But the first point of call for us when we meet people is inform them about these opportunities. So if you think about it, we have probably informed over thousands of people about these opportunities through social media, through doing live, through doing videos.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a lot of fear, self-doubt, self-limiting belief that comes into play. People
Okay.
also think, no, this is too good to be true. Is it a scam? You
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
it's human trafficking.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have a whole lot of people that we've told, guys, there's these opportunities to study abroad, just
Mhm.
publicly announcing through social
Mm.
media.
Yeah.
And and few have come through. So in terms of the programs that we have run, or people who've actually now bought into the program and said, okay, I want to be a part of Uplifted Abroad. I want to see what it's about. I wanna, start the process, which is our first point of entry, which you remember I told you at the beginning, it was like 100 rand. We were like, no, come through for 100 rand,
Yeah.
join our
Yeah. Yeah.
so that is about 250 people who are in our WhatsApp group that have gone through the digital info session. And
Okay.
also we've run a couple of free campaigns now, even giving away this digital info session for free. So I think
Mm.
people who've had access to the program that is done for you, here you go, step by step, this is how you look for an opportunity to study
Uh,
abroad. It could be over it could be leaning into about, let me say, 150 plus 250. It could be 400 or 500 people, right?
okay.
But there's such a big barrier that we need to break when it comes to these self-limiting beliefs,
Okay.
because we can give the information. I can give you as much information as you
Yeah.
want, but I can't break down those psychological barriers unless you allow me to.
Mm.
So throughout the process, we learned that people were struggling with these things. They're sitting with the qualifications, some of them are feeling very stuck at work. Some of them are unemployed, and they're sitting with this information, and we've given them all the resources. But we had to start developing coaching programs that
Mm.
tackle these self-limiting belief, which is where our other product, which is the personal study abroad masterclass,
Yeah. Yeah.
um it deals with that.
Okay.
So we give people the opportunity to say, come to us, let us coach you through all of your issues, let's help you through breaking down all of those barriers,
Mhm.
and you can then be ready and equipped to be successful throughout the application process. So you
Okay.
see, it lessens the amount of people who come, because some
Yeah.
come, they see the information.
Right.
Some have heard us on the
Yeah.
digital info session or just the normal info session, and they've gone abroad. So
Okay.
we've got two people who left for Ireland last year
Okay.
to do their master's degrees, who
Right.
graduated this past week. We have one person who moved to America. We have one person who moved to Australia. We have
Okay.
one person who moved to the UK, and another lady who also moved to Ireland this past year. So
Wow.
about 6 people who've moved. And from the people who moved and graduated last week, these two ladies, they've been able to come and fetch their kid. The one has fetched her two
Right.
kids living with her in Ireland. The other one is back in South Africa to come and fetch her kids and her husband. There's
Okay.
also another person in the group who, when she heard about this information, she started applying for her husband for a
Okay.
job. And her husband was so disinterested. She'd be like, you and these people, Bahaf, are you again listening to a live of these people?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she found a job for her husband, and her husband has actually left to go and work in Ireland. So I think for me, the
Okay.
biggest thing is it's not a numbers game in
Mhm.
terms of masses. We're not going
Mhm.
to move masses, but the value that we're going to drive from the people that we move is going
Right.
to be
It's massive. Yeah.
it's massive because it's
Yeah.
life changing. It instantly changes the trajectory of your
Yeah.
lineage of future
Yeah.
generations that come from you.
Yeah. Some of them have never even left South Africa. So, I mean, this is,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, it's a
Exactly. And,
great
and
opportunity.
you know what's funny is
Yeah.
that one of the lady who graduated last week,
Yeah.
she said that her mother um had never been on an international trip. And she managed to take her mom on her first international trip, and that was to her graduation.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's the same situation. You said there's a lady who took her child and
Yes,
said, yeah, you're right. And you spoke about limiting beliefs. Have you come across individuals who had, not to say limiting beliefs, but limiting circumstances that kind of push them to be like, no, I cannot apply. And they actually kind of conquered that circumstance, like the lady you're talking about who had a child, had to go study abroad, even though she had a child, that type of circumstance. Do you come across
yes,
people who had limiting circumstances, and have
yes.
there been individuals that conquered that circumstance and actually made it through?
I think the biggest, I'll start first with the biggest limiting belief that people have. The first biggest limiting belief, which we see in the frequently asked question, is what is the age restriction? So
Okay.
people limit themselves with their age. They
Okay.
assume that these opportunities are only for young people. And if you've passed the age of 35, there's no opportunity for you.
Right.
So
Mm.
I guess that in turn is a limiting circumstance
Yeah.
and it only exists in your mind. So these two
Right.
ladies, the first two ladies who moved, they were actually both over 35. The other one was
Okay.
actually 40, 41 or 42,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So someone can find that to be a limiting circumstance.
Right.
They moved abroad. Secondly, the biggest challenge is, if I am to move abroad, what about my kids? What about my family? So these two ladies, they had to sacrifice for a few months and leave their kids, with their husbands or the fathers of their children, uh, just to go and do their masters because in Ireland, you can only move with your dependents once you're doing your PhD, because PhD is seen as a scarce skill. So for masters, you can't move with your dependents. So they had to physically leave their children for that year and go and do this masters and only
Right.
come back and pick up their kids once they were done. So that's another limiting circumstance that people have.
Yeah.
And it's a genuine concern. It's a
Right.
genuine concern. But
Definitely.
what they actually think about at the end of the day is they're doing this for their kids.
Right.
They're doing this to
Definitely.
ultimately, within a few months, be able to take their kids and their kids basically move to a new country and go and live there for the rest of their lives if they want to and study for free
For
because
free. That's
yeah,
the
because
part, man.
in
The
some
for free
countries,
part.
yeah, in some countries you can actually, depending on the
Yeah.
country, you can
Yeah.
high school and primary
Mm.
school are free.
Yeah. Yeah. And not say the moral of the story of what you just said right here. There's no excuse, basically.
Yeah.
There's literally no excuse to, and well, of course, there's circumstances, but there's no excuse for you to kind of not try and improve your life, right? Whatever you're thinking about that you think could limit you in terms of taking charge, taking control of your life, that could
Mm.
not be the issue when you kind of try and pursue that endeavor that you're trying to pursue. Like you're saying, right here, you're saying that the individuals that think that there's an age limit, right?
Yes.
But you've helped individuals that are like over 30. I don't know if you've helped individuals over 40, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
Right. You have.
Yes.
Right, right. So there is no excuse. Everybody who's watching, there is no excuse to not try and pursue what you think you deserve. All right. try and pursue that, especially when it has to do with supporting your family, taking care of your children. I mean, that lady you're talking about has better education, probably getting a better salary in the near future, whatever the case may be, and that it will be helpful not only for her and the kid, but for everybody who she's trying to involve in her life. Yeah, right.
Yes, yes, yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
So tell me about the challenges that you are facing basically with Uplifted Abroad. And maybe if we could talk about it, maybe the people who are interested could kind of notice it and try not to give you the problem as they try to inquire about studying abroad. Any challenges that you're facing in Uplifted Abroad?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge that I am facing is shifting the mindset of people.
Yeah.
That's the number one challenge. And sometimes it really, really gets me down because
Right.
in my mind, I'm like, I mean, I'm giving you all these resources and you're not taking advantage of
Right.
it. It's like we've been running a campaign since mid-October to actually give away this digital info session for free. This digital info session is a value of 249 Rand. And we've essentially been running this campaign, and about 150 people have signed up for it.
Right.
But will you believe me if I tell you that? Because I can see on System.io who's completed the course.
Yeah.
Will you believe me if I told you that it's about a 20% completion rate?
No, that's crazy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what.
So
Yeah.
so I cannot so that is discouraging for me as a business owner because people will
Yeah.
say, no, why are you not giving this information away for free? Okay, I've
Yeah.
given it for free.
Do
You're
something about
signing up,
it. Yeah.
but you're not even watching the information.
Yeah.
So how much more can I help you?
Yeah, I really understand what you mean because I think you know about this. Last year, I ran a campaign for free and I tried to help individuals make money online for free
Yes,
inquiries, Zoom meetings, people
yes.
waking me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I had no problem because I wanted to help people. And I realized after a couple of months that I cannot continue like this. So it's one thing to give something away for free, but when you start charging, they want you to give it away for free. But when you give it away for free, they still do not do it. So rather just charge. So
Yes.
to the business people out there, maybe this could be a lesson, all right? The price that you are charging is the price that you're charging, all right?
Yeah, take
Yeah,
it or
just
leave.
take it or leave it, all right? Take it or leave it. I think that's a good lesson. That's something to kind of take into
And
heart. And
it's
yeah,
also like an understanding of you just have to attract the customer that you desire.
yeah.
And maybe one day when we've made enough money to be this word gets me,
Yeah.
philanthropist, whatever the word is.
Long, I don't know.
Yes, that word.
Yeah, that word.
It gets me every time. When
Yeah.
we in that financial position to be able to help people for free
Mm,
because we've gotten enough money to do so, then we will circle back to our
mm,
community and
right.
say,
Okay.
here is the opportunity,
For free. Yeah.
for free.
Right.
But when you're a growing business, it's the worst thing you can do to yourself to offer services
Definitely.
for free, to
Definitely.
undercharge in your services, and to
Right.
be too easily available or accessible to the masses. Make
Mm.
yourself exclusive.
I hope you're getting value from this video. I hope you're getting information that can help you in your business, right? We're going to be getting some more guests that have established businesses that have faced challenges so you can actually learn from it, right? So you can actually learn from it. If you are interested in becoming a guest on the NCS podcast, there's an email in the description where you can email us and basically let us know that you want to be a guest in the NCS podcast. If you do not see the email in the description where you can email us to let us know that you want to be a guest, go to the YouTube channel, NCS Podcast YouTube channel, go to the About section, and you can click a button there that will reveal the email that you can use to notify us about your interest in becoming a guest. As you get value from these interviews, as you get information and become interested in business, right? There's probably something that you know that somebody would be willing to pay for, right? It is very important to actually consider selling information rather than selling your time, right? We have that option for you right here on the NCS podcast, or rather Growth4biz Media, where you can actually take what you know and package it in a course. Take what you know and package it in a course. There's a link in the description that will lead you to a page where you can look into the product that we are offering you. It's called the Expert Challenge, where we help you take what you know and package it into a course and sell it, right? If you do not want to purchase the product, there's a free ebook that will help you through the same process, right? In a quicker way. There's an ebook, right? So you either have a free ebook, right, that will help you through the process of taking what you know and making money out of it, right? Or you basically enroll in a course called the Expert Challenge, where we're going to help you through the entire process. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like our channel, the value that we're giving, subscribe, switch on the notification bell to get notified every time we post a video. Enjoy.